Diaz Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Like a motherfucking trap addict. Buy up, buy up, buy. In a menudo style of direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very much so appreciative. So what the fuck happened, right? Straight up, man. No sugar coating, no added preservatives. Lefty, whopping, Holmes, right? I've been sending a lot of videos. All night long, people were sending me videos, different angles of the situation that occurred at the concert with Lefty Gunplay, Franklin Halliday, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was pretty skeptical in the beginning that, you know, Lefty would pass out on stage. But after looking at all these different angles, and I was actually sent an angle this morning, man, right before I did this video, which is a trip. And I'll tell you the truth, that Vato passed out. Okay, I know No Jumper was going in on Lefty and talking about it. And I know the Florida Fools, man, shout out to the Florida Fools. I watched the content, man. Did put out the video immediately and then did double back and apologize and say maybe perhaps they were wrong. Here's the situation. You know, when you're a performer, an artist, and you're on tour and you're working these big venues and you're not really used to it. Okay, this was a big crowd. This was a loud crowd, a crazy crowd, right? And if you look at the videos of Lefty Gunplay on stage, there were several people on stage with them. I don't understand why these rappers have always done this. They'll have 30, 40 individuals up there with phones out, you know, just, you know, chasing a little bit of cloud, and they're up there kicking it. You know, you have your circle, your homeboys, and those loved ones that you invite onto the stage. But there's always more that needs to be on stage. I guess the more eyes and ears, the better to watch the crowd. But if you look at the videos close of Lefty on stage, you can see he was engaging. He was engaging with some wordplay with someone in the crowd. They were having a heated argument. Okay? Now it's hot on stage. Just doing this video with all my lighting, it's hot for me. So I can only understand you got 30 or 40 sweaty men up there. It's loud, the crowd is pumping, and, you know, you're an individual that has been known to, you know, be inebriated from time to time, you know, under the influence of alcohol or whatever the case may be. You know, I could understand the situation. To me, what's the big deal? You know, if the Vato passed out or he didn't pass out on stage, there should be more concern for his safety and his well-being and his health rather than people just trying to find any different flaw in Lefty, right? Hey, oh, did you hear it? The Vato passed out. He's all on drogas. He passed out. You know, hey, that's to be expected when you're exhausted and you're tired and you're doing tours all day, every day, man, and you get overheated. You know, look, let's be honest. Let's be cut and dry here. I did a video on Lefty yesterday talking about the reasoning behind why he was the next one up, why he's looked at by some as the face of LA, why a lot of this younger generation aspires to be like him or looks up to him. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. You know, ever since Lefty Gunplay came out, I kind of had looked at the situation as this is a youngster that if he doesn't slow down, he's going to crash out fast, hard, and everybody that's around him is going to turn on him. They're all going to disappear. They're all going to walk away because it's good when you're up, but when you're down, nobody wants to be around the clown. You know, that's just how it is. That's the old saying, man. When you're up, you're up. And everybody wants to be in your pockets. Everybody wants to be in your shine. But once you're not shining no more, man, everyone goes to the shadows, right? Now, from what I've seen, this last angle that was sent to me, man, and I wish I could show it to you guys, I honestly, truly think Lefty Gunplay passed out. That's just my take on it, right? Now, I know there's a lot of people doing damage control. Charlie, man, that's not what happened. You know, maybe he slipped or maybe he was so mad arguing that he just got into it, right? Look, from what I seen, the Vato was arguing with somebody in the crowd. And it was pretty heated. They were going back and forth. And he was frustrated. Whatever that dude that was antagonizing him in the crowd was saying, it got Lefty in his feelings, and he was really feeling himself, right? And if you really look close, you could see Lefty engaging with this individual, and then slowly his eyes roll back and he collapses. Okay, now I know a lot of people, content creators, are saying if he passed out, even Dubs himself, man, the homie, right? Who's trying to be analytical in this situation and look at it from every angle and be respectful. And I get it, man. I get it. I respect him for that, for being that type of individual. But the way I am is straight up, man. I'm going to, I might hurt some feelings along the way. People might be like, hey, damn, Gun, why you do that? But it's just the truth. It's my truth. It's the way I speak it, and what from my vision, from what I seen, my analytical standpoint, right? To me, that Vato collapsed, man. I think he was exhausted. I don't know if he was high or drunk. I don't know if, look, I'm going to be honest with you. When these guys go on tour, these rappers, there's a lot of shit that gets done behind the scenes, right? Vatos are up there drinking Pisto, taking shots, so it's hot. It's a crazy atmosphere. He might have been swerving already. He might have been at the point where he's just up there feeling himself. And then when your focus goes from rapping and having a good time to engaging in guerra with someone, even if it's a war of words, right? That takes a lot of exertion. It takes a lot out of you, okay? And it looks like in the midst of this argument, he collapsed. I seen him fold, right? Now, when he fell, I think all his homies around him were in shock. And I see a lot of people pulled out phones, but a lot of people already had phones. They were recording, the situation. Youngsters, that's what they do, man. Phones are always in people's hands. See, people can't put the phones down long enough to fucking assist someone or help them. And there was a state of shock there. I could see on that stage when Lefty passed out, everybody was like, oh shit, right? The immediate reaction was, oh shit. The guy closest to him, leaned down to make sure he was all right. There was a couple guys that looked, if you look very close, they had alarm and concern on their face. Like, hey, is the homie good? The fuck happened, right? When we think of gangster lifestyle, when we think this shit, we're not used to homies passing out and fainting. We're a very prideful people. Gang members in general, Mexicanos, Bloods, Crips, Woods, brother, right, are very prideful people. We're not used to shenanigans like homies passing out and fainting and shit. I remember when I was in the youth authority, we had a little homie boxer that stocked on. Little homie. He used to always go into seizures. And we, at one point, were like, damn, bro, this is embarrassing. Southsiders are looking at shit from the dorm like, damn, what's wrong with that northerner? How about those others swallowing his tongue? But we didn't quite understand as kids the situation he was going through, how he was born, and what was going on with his body, his health. When we did finally realize what it was and that the homeboy had a situation going on, we all looked out for him. We always kept the homeboy watching out for him on his hip, just to make sure that if he did have one of those episodes, we got laced and educated ourselves on what to do for the homeboy. Hey, don't let the homeboy swallow his tongue, lay him down flat, man. Just let him do his thing. Don't try to stop it. It just is going to happen. It's going to happen, right? And that education right there was enough for us to assist the homeboy anytime he did have an episode. And it happened, man. Were we embarrassed? Yeah, a little bit. But hey, that's just what it is. It doesn't mean the homeboy wasn't down or we weren't fucking going to move on you and stick you with a whole bunch of fucking pedazos. What it meant was the homeboy just had shit going on. Now, Lefty, from the beginning, since he's come out, he's been a little odd and a little different. Let's be real. Okay, them eyes rolling back in the head, that's just not normal. Is he high all the time? I don't know. I don't know that Vatos fucking get down. I don't know if he's high. I'm not the cucaracha on his doorstep. One thing I can tell you about Lefty Gunplay for sure, he's a hard worker. He's motivated to go out there and get that bolsa. He's getting that bag, right? And sometimes when you're doing that and you're exerting so much energy, man, your body's not right. You're dehydrated. You're drinking the wrong things. You're picking your poisons. It could have been a number of things. I don't think the big story here is Lefty Gunplay passes out on stage. I know a lot of people are saying he did, and he did damage control. A lot of people don't want to believe it. My thing is, I believe he did. But I don't believe it was because he was high or drunk. And it could be, perhaps. I don't know. I wasn't there, right? But I think it was more so in the heated exchange with this other dude. They were going back and forth. Lefty just got too hot, man. And he collapsed. It's hot in Califas. It's hot in the southwestern states right now. They're going through heat waves. I'm not justifying him passing out. fucking the Vato passed out, so be it. Like I said, the real story ain't him passing out. The real story is where he goes on from here, man. Is he going to seek the help he needs to figure out why that happened? Because only him and those that were very close to him know exactly. But if you look in the video, man, his homeboys were like, damn, bro, are you good? Are you good? Then he was picked up. And what happens is, and anyone knows this, did you ever play that game when you were little where motherfuckers choke out and fucking, then you wake up and you're shaking and shit? I don't know about you. When we were kids in the ghetto, we didn't have much to do, many toys to fall back on. So we got to where we had to make our own shit up, right? So the homeboys would, till they couldn't breathe. And then, you know, you'd catch yourself right before you passed out, or you fucking knock out and then you'd be shaking, right? You'd come back all disorientated, like, what happened? What happened, Holmes? What happened? Right? Okay, I don't know if you've ever played that game. For those that have, there's Valto's like, I ain't fucking choking myself out. You're tripping, bro. What are you on, some weird shit, right? I'm just saying. When we'd wake up, we'd all be disorientated, like, damn, that was a trip. That was kind of like the high, the rush, the fucking shaking and like, oh, fuck. Okay, at the same time, you need to understand that that's how Lefty looked when he got up. He was very disorientated, didn't know quite where he was at. He was drugged up by his homeboy. Looked like his homeboy picked him up by his arm, pulled him more higher on stage, and Lefty went straight back into it. Okay, have you ever seen a UFC fighter that gets knocked out? And when they get slept so hard, they wake up and they're still trying to grab the Vato's. The fight's over. They done lost. But they're still trying to grab a Vato's leg and fucking wrestle him down. The ref's like, hey, puto, you were on your nose for like 5 minutes. Stop it, right? It's the same type of situation. He jumped right back up and got straight back into the fucking yelling and screaming. And he was so disorientated, he was pushing his own homeboys on stage away from him as they were trying to calm him down because they had alarm and concern for him. Like, hey, bro, are you good? Get the fuck up off me, right? Fuck this dude. Because that's what happens when you black out. You lose moments. You lose time. You go from here to right here. So everything in between, the whole blackout episode, you don't know. You don't recall it. Because your mind shuts off and then you wake up, right? This ain't no fucking medical fucking condition that I've ever seen before. But it's definitely a situation where Lefty definitely needs to go get looked at and figure something out. You know, if he's overexhausted, he needs to rest a little bit. And think about it. This Vato's been moving ever since he came out, just moving. Interview after interview, podcast after podcast. Now he's on tour, making movies in the studio, in the booth, man, kicking it, doing collabs with other people. The Vato's definitely moving right now. Definitely the limelight's on him. So every single little thing he does is going to be analyzed. He's living his life in plain view of the public every day. Okay? That's a hard situation, a hard pill to swallow. That's the facts. You know, I myself, I could do my YouTube shit and then boom, once the camera goes off, I'm living my life. I'm hitting my blocks, my corners, and doing what I need to do to maintain in my life, right? But not everybody's watching me. I get recognized sometimes. Like, what's up? Boom, boom. But for the most part, man, I'm just an invisible person in public, in society, right? For Lefty, all that clout, all that shine, all that rap limelight comes with a price. The price is exhaustion, sometimes wear and tear on your body. You know, let's be real. Lefty Gunplay looks like he's in a situation where he's had issues in the past. He's a little different, okay? We'll just say that. To what degree of difference, I can't call it like an alcoholic, but one thing I do know is he's a little, some people would say odd. I don't say odd. I say the Vato got some things going on, man, and definitely needs to a tight circle around him, some good homeboys to lift him up and help him in them times of need. If you want this Vato to be the face of LA, if you want this Vato to carry the rap game on his shoulders, if you want this Vato to be that one, Holmes, then it's up to the gente that are around him, his homeboys, his taitas, his camaradas, his close ones, his loved ones, to pick him up when he falls down. Now, I seen one dude pick him up when he passed out. And am I going to say he passed out? I am definitely going to say he passed out because that's what I believe, man. You know, I'm not going to apologize for it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then it is what it is. But from what I seen every angle, man, the Vato fucking collapsed, Holmes. You know, and there's a lot of people. It's cold. It's a cold situation, man, when you're an entrepreneur and considered a star or considered, you know, someone in the limelight, a public figure, that immediately everyone went to attacking him. All the comments. Oh, he's a skante warrior. He's high. He's drunk. He did too much perks. He did this. He did that. That's why he passed out. When no one really knows his business like that, man. You know, I think he was just overexhausted. To be honest with you, I think the moment of going back and forth, that much bodies on stage, the heat, the situation led to, Lefty's pre-existing condition popping up, man, and he fell out. No big deal. Shit happens. How many times did Genuine fall off stage last year? How many times did Bobby Brown drop cocaine on the stage? Shit happens, right? How many times did Whitney coming out looking like a skeleton that fucking Don Cornelius would have went, she would have been on the Soul Train. I'm telling you right now, there's situations where people are over scrutinized and analyzed too much. And Lefty Gunplay's getting that right now. Did he really fucking pass out on the stage? It looks that way, man. Is the story that he fell out, or is the story, what's going on with him? I think the story more so is where he goes from here. And that's to the next tour, man. Hopefully he's able to rest and relax, because I'm really concerned with the little Vato, man. I'm really concerned with him. I hope that, he doesn't crash out. He doesn't, with all these things going on, with the disrespect, with bands, with, going at it with the Norteños, with everything, people are going to use this for ammunition to clown on him, to show that he's vulnerable or he's weak. But a man that's sick, or a man that has a condition, or a man that, he's not a weak person. He's just a little different, man. Like I said, that little homie boxer back in the days, there was nothing weak about him. He'll knock a motherfucker on his boot heels, put someone on their pockets. But at the same time, man, the Vato will swallow his tongue while doing it. It just was what it was. Did we have love for him? Absolutely. Even more so, because we felt closer to the homeboy, because we felt an obligation to look out for him. And that's what I expressed to everybody that was on that stage. Rather than break out your phones and trip out. And I understand they were in shock, like, damn, is the homie good? When that much things are going on, everyone's watching the crowd's watching them. It's an embarrassing moment. But if you look very close, yeah, Vatos did try to help him up. There were some Vatos that kind of were like in shock and broke out the phones, but most did, or a few did. And it tripped me out. Once he got up on the higher on stage, he started pushing homeboys out of the way, like, hey, fool, get the fuck up out of my way. Because he was engaged, right? Now, of course, you're gonna have hecklers. You're gonna have people that don't like you. My thing is, this Vato pulls up to his concert just to fucking antagonize him, to probably tell him he can't rap good, or you're a sucker, or you're a punk, or you're whatever he wanted. He was telling them, right? You got played, Holmes. Why spend your money to go troll someone? What does that do to you? To be, what would have happened if Lefty would have collapsed on that stage, and that would have been that, man? How would have people been looking at that individual like, you caused this, bro? You're the catalyst of this bullshit. It's just not a good look, man, all the way around. People need to care a little bit more in this world about other people. Regardless if you fucking like them, if they could rap, if they're cool, if their tattoos mean something, if they did as much time as they said they did, all these different things. Man, that's the problem in this world, is no one cares anymore. No one shows any love, man. No one gives a fuck. Everybody's only worried about themselves and what they can capture on their phone, rather than fucking the next man's well-being, his health. Everybody wants to be around them, be in their pockets, be in their shine, be in their light, but no one really cares about what the homie's going through. Okay, I say that to say this. Lefty Gunplay, when this shit was dropped, of him passing out on stage, a lot of people jumped on it. Here's what I got to say about No Jumper. The vultures, right? The fucking, the buzzers that'll pick your bones dry. Oh, like I said, when Lefty was over there on sale, Lefty's the man. Yeah, Lefty's the man. He's the man. And then when Lefty doesn't want to participate in the shenanigans of No Jumper, immediately Adam and the vultures, Adam and the Jets, right? Immediately, what do? They start talking shit about him. Whack 100 Adam. They start dissecting his career, talking about how he's fake, he's fraudulent, he's a nobody, his time's going to run out. They immediately downplay his contribution to the hip-hop game. They immediately go in on him. And now, for those that don't know, I know myself that Adam 16 has an agenda, that he doesn't quite like Mexicanos. He doesn't quite like people going against the grain and telling him what he can and cannot do. Anyway, it's plain to see. Anyone can see that. But he immediately dropped videos on this incident without doing his homework and figuring out if the homie did have an issue or problem. It should have been an alarm. You should have, even if you're beefing with someone. I've seen people, homeboys, that have been beefing for years that don't talk. Something happens to the homeboy, he's the first one to pick up the phone. Hey, homie, you all right? Are you good? Yeah, bro, why are you calling me? I'm just checking on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I beat your ass, I want to make sure you're 100. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. Gracias. All right now. Because even the worst, you know what I mean? Even the worst situation, man, you can make something good out of it. A real gangster, a true gangster, wants his enemigo at 100%. He don't want to fucking fight no punk and no sucker, no poop butt. He wants someone that's 100. Someone that's going to test his limits and show just how vicious he is. You know, you're a bully when you take advantage of the weak. You take advantage of the hurt. You know, you want your enemigo at 100, just for some fun though. That's truth, right? Anyways, I seen that and then drop it. Then I seen Florida Fool's video, and he doubled back, like I said, and apologized. And I could see him apologizing for basically putting Lefty's business out there and saying whatever he felt he had to say. It's his job, right? He's like a TMZ type reporting. You know, that's his little channel. That's what he bases it off of. My thing is this: no disrespect to Lefty and his business at all whatsoever. You know, like I said, I just did a video yesterday on this channel, man, giving him his flowers. You know, I'm concerned. I'm concerned with his health, and I'm concerned with you know, the situation he's in. And I hope, man, those that are around him, man, will get it together and help him. But did he pass out? My take on it is he did. I think he did. I don't know the exact reasonings. I can only say exhaustion and maybe the heat. But if he was high or drunk or whatever, that's his prerogative. Like Bobby Brown, he did what he wanted to do. Why can't Lefty? People do that. You know, people get high, they get drunk, they get faded. They're having a good time until it ain't a good time no more. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. Let me know in the comments exactly what you think, man. I know there's going to be a lot of cell warrioring, bumping baking soda breath on the door. A lot of people that are talking shit. Nah, that Vato's a fucking scante head. He got that coming. Hey, to each their own, man. I'm not defending this guy, period. I'm just saying, as a human being, gente, we need to have some compassion. Be a little bit more compassionate, man. Have a little respect for Vato's situation, you know? Other than that, it is what it is. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I honestly and truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people, man. Make sure you go to the collective clips today. I'm dropping heat all over the place. I'm like Jordan. Yeah, I don't even got to look at it. It went in. This is the gun.